here's your host, Mac McGarry.
Oh, that's great. What a great audience. Thank you all very much. Welcome to tonight's show, and these three teams participating tonight. In the first spot over there, Sidwell Friends School on Wisconsin Avenue, Northwest. Here are Peter Kenmore, Allison Gordon, and Henry Willis from Friends School. And in the center, in Montgomery County, Maryland, in Bethesda, Walt Whitman High, Barry Kemmelhor, Bill Sullivan, Bob Schwenk from Whitman. In Camp Springs, Maryland, Crossland High. And, hold on just a minute. Let me introduce him first. Jerry Griesmer. I'm sorry I didn't get you. Is that right, Jerry? Am I pronouncing? Pardon me, Jerry. Jerry Gressimer. And in the middle is David Draper and Michelle Hillis. All right, very good. All right, these positions determined by lot before the program, and in addition, three faculty members will act as our official scorekeepers. First, Mr. Willits Ensel from Sidwell Friends, and Mr. Charles Kraft from Crossland, and Mr. George Kohut from Whitman. They're our official scorekeepers. Questions on the program carefully researched and checked, and this year Channel 4 is happy to present, through the courtesy of Merit Students Encyclopedia, the 20-volume set of their work, general reference work written and edited especially to meet the needs of today's college-bound students. And to the other two schools, the 5-volume Sky and Telescope, a library of illustrated books on astronomy and space science. Teams, I'm certain you know the rules of the game. Now, Friends School, if you're ready, Whitman, select, please.
Packet 12, please.
12. All right, here we go. 10 points for each correct answer in the first round. In what month have we set aside a special day with the same name as those people who, according to poet Alexander Pope, rush in where angels fear to tread?
April.
Right, 10. Romance is not romance with a lisp, but rather the name of a dialect still spoken in the southwest of what mountainous European country, where German, French, and Italian...
Switzerland.
That's right, 10. Palo Alto, Texas is remembered as the site of the opening of the Mexican War, but Palo Alto, California is the site of what private university?
Stanford.
That's right, 10 points. In 1824, the Marquis de Lafayette revisited America, touring each of the states, which at that time numbered how many? Half as many as there were before the admission of Hawaii and Alaska.
24.
That's right, for 10. Choice now, electrical resistance is measured in which of the following units? Volts, amperes, or ohms?
Ohms.
Right, that's good for 10. A ballad by poet Robert Browning tells of a breathless journey from Ghent to Aix. According to the title, what was being carried from one city to the other by the riders?
Good news.
Right for 10 points. If cards, not enough information, you'll score Friends 60 after your part of the round. Whitman, your turn. Crossland, David, please.
13.
13, right here. All right. Generally makes an appearance in the first round. All right, Whitman, scholars do not know the precise year in which Homer wrote his Odyssey, but the movie subtitled The Space Odyssey is identified...
2001.
That's right, 10. The letter V symbolized victory in World War II for the Allies, but in World War I, what adjacent letter of the alphabet was associated with the enemy's deadly weapon, the submarine?
U.
Right, 10. Coleridge. The ice was here, the ice was there, the ice was all around, aptly describes Little America, the base camp of what Antarctic explorer, later head of the Navy's...
Bird.
That's right, 10 points on that one. Choice crucial, that is, to the French settlement of the New World where the coureurs de bois were these men diplomats who negotiated with Britain, traders who befriended the Indians.
Traders.
That's right, 10. Choice, substances such as oxygen and copper sulfate are weakly attracted to magnets. Are these materials called paramagnetic, diamagnetic, or isomagnetic?
The first.
That's right, paramagnetic, 10 points. If you were the director at a community playhouse and were auditioning hopefuls for the roles of Petruchio and Catherine, you wish to attempt that?
Taming of the Shrew.
Right, 10 points. Whitman, 60, so 6-6 so far. Now, Crossland, your turn. Sidwell, Friends, select. Henry, give me a group of questions, please.
4.
4, all right. 10 points for each correct answer in this round. The British schooner Gaspé was burned by merchants in 1772 when it ran aground near what Rhode Island city, founded by Roger Williams? Providence is right, then. If the Carthaginian general Hannibal were to take a course in American literature, he'd no doubt be attracted to what humorist who was born in a Missouri town bearing his name?
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain is right, good for 10. As in the United States today, the elite of the Roman government consisted of how many patricians in the Roman Senate originally?
Don't know.
All right, the answer there would have been 100. No points on that one. Choice, if from 1903 to 1914, You worked for the Bureau of Corporations, investigating interstate corporations. In 1914, you would probably have gone to work for which of the following which replaced it? FCC, FDIC, or FTC?
FTC.
So let me hear the answer from the captain.
Third one.
That's right, FTC, good Lieutenant. The fictional character Passepartout had a name that means go everywhere. He was appropriately the renowned companion of what Jules Verne. Do you wish to attempt that?
No.
Phileas Fogg would have been the right answer. No points on that one. Your score, Crossland 30. Here's the score at the end of the first round. Friends 60. Friends has 60. Whitman 60. And Crossland 30. Pardon me. Right now, I'll remind you again about Giant Food's great scholarship program. The Giant Food people award 120 scholarships each year on its academic, amounting to thousands of dollars annually. And at the end of today's program, 3 guests from Giant will present scholarships totaling $500 to the 3 high schools competing on today's program. The winning team's school will receive $500, and each of the other 2 schools will receive $100. And every 4th week, when our winning teams meet for a playoff, Giant Food awards scholarships totaling $1,000. The winning team's school receives $500, and each of the other 2 schools in the playoff receives a Giant Food scholarship for $250. These scholarship funds are used by the schools to help worthy students continue their education. We'll meet our 3 guests from Giant who will present the scholarship certificates right after the grab bag question period on today's show. All right, the judges have checked these scores, and here they are once again. Sidwell Friends School, 60. Walt Whitman, also 60. Crossland, 30. Now we're going to move on. Yes, indeed, applaud them. Move into the second round, and here, teams, I remind you, if you answer incorrectly, you penalize the entire point value of the question, half the point value if you pass the question. Sidwell Friends, if you're ready, Whitman select, please.
2, please.
All right. Penalties in this round. Although he missed humans, what fictional castaway was pleased to find first air and fresh water, which enabled him to survive until he met his man Friday?
Robinson Crusoe.
10 points. Choice, if you attended a meeting at which Paul Samuelson and John Kenneth Galbraith were present, would you expect the subject to be modern economics?
Modern economics.
That's right, 10. Choice, if you were making a list of those Russian rulers who were nicknamed the Great, you would include all but which one of the following? Ivan IV, Catherine II, Peter I.
Ivan IV.
Right, 10 points. Your monitor question now. Evaluate, here we go with the monitor question. Evaluate the expression on the monitor.
10.
Right, 10. American mobility in the 19th century could be illustrated by the life of what man who was born in Virginia, served as governor of Tennessee, and made his reputation as commander of the Texas Army?
Zachary Taylor.
No, Sam Houston would have been right, 10 points down. Coordination now, a choice. Coordination of an organism like man is the function of the nervous and the endocrine systems. Of the 2 systems, the nervous system has more control over. You wish to attempt that? All right, yes, we'll hold that for another time. Keep you in suspense. No, I can't do that to you. Immediate responses would have been the right answer if that's choice. Your score, Sidwell Friends, 90 after your part of the round. Now, Whitman, your turn here. Crossland select, please. David. Group of questions.
14.
14. Penalties in this round, Whitman. Eggheads of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose but your yolks, was Adlai Stevenson's retort to his egghead label that lost him nothing but what national office sought in 50. That's right, 10. Choice for a birthday treat. If you took your little brother to see a legerdemain expert, would you expect to enjoy some fancy diving, sleight of hand, stock
Sleight of
car?
hand.
Right, 10. Choice, if a Londoner said he'd meet you at the Abbey, you'd go to a church. But if a Dubliner made the same statement, would you meet him at a school, a theater, or a city office building?
City office building.
No, theater would have been right. 10 points down on that one. Your monitor question now, gentlemen. If line X bisects the sides of the triangle seen on the monitor, what is the length of line X?
7 inches.
Right, 10 points. If a man runs for Congress at the minimum age required for the House of Representatives and remains there until he's eligible to run for the Senate, what is the maximum number of complete terms he will serve?
3.
No, 2 is the answer there, and the 10 points down there. Now a choice. Lubeck, when leader of the Hanseatic League, was called the Carthage of the North. Not enough information there, I'm sure, except for a wild guess. All right, your score, Whitman, 70 after your part of the round. Crossland, your turn here. All right, Henry, let me have your attention, and we'll pick another question, please.
6.
6, very well. Okay, Crossland, see how it goes in this round. Penalties. If Robin Hood were to visit the estate of President John Tyler, he would feel right at home because it shares what name with the wooded haunt of the outlaw and his band?
Sherwood Forest.
That's right, 10. Choice now. John Hancock was the first signer of the Declaration of Independence. Did he have this honor because he had good penmanship, was president of the Continental Congress, or had written the document?
President of the Continental Congress.
That's right, 10. Now, wait for this one. The Place de la Concorde and Notre Dame Cathedral are landmarks in the heart of Paris. But a tourist in Wenceslas Square would be in the center of what European capital? Prague is right, 10. Now, your monitor. Evaluate the determinant seen on the monitor.
A squared minus B squared.
Right, 10 points. Richard Nixon is our 37th president. If a younger politician aspired to be the 41st president, the earliest possible year in which he could run is what year associated with a George Orwell novel?
1984.
Right, 10 points. Now, our policy of keeping the moon neutral might be compared to what 1823 policy statement that said the American continents are not to be considered as subjects for future colonization. Right, 10 points. All right, you're still ready. Here's the score at the end of the second round. I'm getting close. Sidwell Friends School has 90 points, Walt Whitman 70, and Crossland 90. So 9-7-9. Now let's get a chance to meet these young people a little more closely as we introduce them to you. Our team from Sidwell Friends School, actually not very far from our station here in Northwest Washington. In the first spot there is Peter Kenmore. Tell us about yourself, Peter.
Well, Mr. McGarry, I'm a senior. One of my extracurricular activities, I'm the president of the student council. Outside of school, I like to travel, especially on highways around the country. And I hope to go to Stanford University next year.
What kind of research are you doing when you're traveling on the highways, Peter? Anything special?
No, sir.
Just looking.
Just looking.
All right, good luck to you, Peter. And the lady between the two gentlemen, Allison Gordon. Allison?
I'm a senior at Sidwell. I like to climb mountains when I'm not working at school. I hope to go to Wesleyan, but I haven't been accepted yet.
All right. What's the highest mountain you've ever climbed?
Mount Washington in New Hampshire.
How high is that again?
6,288 feet, and you can see the ocean from the top on a clear day.
Terrific. How about that? Do you have a mountain in North America which is your ambition to climb? Any particular one?
Not any particular, but I'd like to climb the Sierra someday.
All right, good. Thank you, Allison. That's very interesting and very good. Now, here's Henry Willis. Henry?
I'm 17, I'm a senior, and I'm editor of Ishkra, and I'm on...
Hold it. What's Let us in on that now. What does that mean?
Ishkra, it's Russian for onion, but it's just a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Above or below ground?
Not much of either.
A middle ground newspaper. All right, Henry, what do you plan to do when you graduate from Princeton? I think something's being held back, but go ahead, Henry.
Well, I'm not that sure. I may teach, I don't know.
Wonderful.
Can't tell.
All right, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Peter, Allison, and Henry from Sidwell Friends School. Now, Walt Whitman in Bethesda. In the first spot, there's Barry Kemmelor. Barry?
I'm a senior, 17. I'm vice president of the French Honor Society. I'm in the student council and the chess club. And outside of school, I like to play baseball, basketball, and tennis. And I hope to attend either Brown or Tufts universities.
Mm-hmm. Are you a pretty good tennis player, Barry? What do you think about open tennis? You like that better than when there was just
Yes, I do.
amateur and pro locked
Yeah.
off? All right, I think a lot of people would agree with that. Thank you, Barry. In the middle there is Bill Sullivan. Bill?
I'm Bill Sullivan. I'm 16 and I'm a junior, and I don't have any particular outside interests, and I don't know where I'm going to college, although I hope to go.
I'm certain that you're going to be all right, though, Bill. I think you could count this as a pretty good outside interest, being on its academic team. So we wish you good luck there at Whitman, Bill. Here's Bob Schwenk anchoring the Whitman team. Bob?
I'm 16, I'm a junior. I sing with the magical group in school, and I have been active on the PTSA program committee.
Hold it just a minute now. PTSA stands for what?
Parent-Teacher Student Association.
Mm-hmm. Is this unique to Whitman, or is this throughout the city?
No, as a matter of fact, Whitman did that to follow suit with some other schools. It is fairly progressive, but many other schools have instituted this too.
Rather than just having the parents meet, the parents, students, and teachers all
Yes.
get together. Sounds sensible. Bob, you plan to do what when you graduate?
I'm not sure yet.
All right, you have another year to think about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellas. Barry, Bill, and Bob from Walt Whitman High. And now in Camp Springs, Maryland, Crossland High, and in the first spot over there, Jerry Gressimer. Jerry?
Well, I'm 17, I'm a senior, and I'm going to the University of Maryland next year. I'm majoring in history of political science. And Well, my outside activities, I like to play bridge or any kind of card game. Or
Yeah, are you pretty good at it, Jerry?
and I like all sports, golf.
What's the best score you've ever had in golf for 18 holes?
Well, I shot, well, depends on the golf course. I shot 42 once.
For niner.
For nine, of course.
I think I'll settle for that, Jerry. Thank you very much, Jerry. In the middle is David Draper. David?
Well, I'm a senior, and I'm 17, and I like to play golf, and I like to play chess, and I like to play bridge like Jerry. And I'm in the student government and on the math team, and it's academic and chess and things like that.
All right, now I'll have to ask you, do you play golf with Jerry? What's your best score?
I've only played with him once or twice. 37, 38 or something.
Not bad. That sounds good. Very good. Dave, what do you plan to do when you graduate?
I'd like to be a mathematician.
Excellent. We need those. And here is the lady of this team, Michelle Hillis. Michelle?
I'm 17 and I'm a junior, and I'm active in the band, and I enjoy being in thespians, and I hope to major in foreign language when I go
In
to
particular school, Michelle?
Not yet.
What instrument do you play in the band?
Flute.
Flute? Is it hard to march along and play an instrument at the same time?
Moderately so, yeah.
You have to go into training to do something like some kind of... I really would think that you might lose a note, something, just by...
Every once in a while I lose one.
All right, good. We certainly enjoyed talking to all of you. There they are, the students on our show from Sidwell, Friends, Whitman, and Crossland. Now let's hear your broadcast. And while we've been doing that, the judges have had an opportunity to check the scores, and here they are once again. Sidwell Friends School has 90, Whitman 70, and Crossland 90, so it's a close one. Now we're going to move into the third and final round. This round, teams, you double the point value if you wish, double the risk of penalty. Will you double the Sidwell Friends? Very well. Whitman, select.
8, please.
8. 20 points for each correct answer in this round. If Jerris Leonard were to have lunch with his boss, he'd be eating with what Nixon appointee who left the president's old law firm to join the cabinet as head of the Department of Justice?
Mitchell.
Right, 20. Choice: the drive, efficiency, and wealth of Americans are all mirrored in what we call the gross national product. Here, does gross mean a type of price support, a total sum quantity?
Total sum.
That's right, 20 points. A bestseller for several months. What humorous treatise explains why nothing in our society works?
Peter Principle.
That's right, 20 points. Now, your monitor question. The uncharacteristic painting of the Cotton Office at New Orleans was done by what French painter whose usual subjects were women and ballet dancers?
Degas.
That's right. That's good. 420. Situated in the Atlantic Ocean some 580 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, you'll find what island favored by honeymooners and boasting the oldest British colonial legislature in the world?
Pass.
10 points down. Choice: raising the temperature of a liquid generally increases its ability to dissolve solids. How does this increase in temperature affect the solubility of gases in the liquid? Increases solubility, doesn't affect solubility, decreases solubility.
Doesn't affect.
No, decreases would have been the right answer. 20 points down on that one. The minority is always right was the point of view expressed by what Norwegian dramatist in such social satires as Hedda Gabler?
Ibsen.
That's right. 20 points. What is the next highest odd square after 81?
121.
Right, 20 points. Okay, we have one past question. The light I see is Whitman's. Your answer to that, louder?
Bermuda.
Bermuda is indeed the island, 580 miles off Cape Hatteras. All right, Friends School, your score 180. And now, Whitman, your turn. Will you double the point value?
Yes, we will.
Very well. Crossland, select here. David?
7.
7. See what happens with a 7 in this round. When the New York Mets won the World Series, a bottle of champagne was victoriously poured over the happy head of what former Dodger? Louder? Didn't hear you.
Hodges.
That's right. Good for 20 points. I didn't hear. Choice now. Reading that the Roman Catholic Church was a great temporal power in the Renaissance, would you know that the church had many converts, had political influence, or was colonizing America?
Political influence.
That's right, 20 points. Today, merely pushing the button would shake the whole earth. What Greek mathematician over 2,000 years ago made a similar claim, but he preferred to use a lever?
Archimedes.
Right, 20. Your monitor question now. Here is the Starry Night, done by what Dutch painter?
Van Gogh.
That's right, 20 points. Don't you remember the 5th of November? The gunpowder treason and plot is a poetic reminder of the attempt to blow up Parliament by what English conspirator? Fox is right, 20. Choice: which one of the following is not a vector quantity? Mass, velocity, acceleration.
Mass.
That's right, 20. Choice now, a young criminal's actions might be most appropriately compared with the crime of Dostoevsky's character Raskolnikov if he were arrested for which of the following? Murder, blackmail, forgery. Murder is right. 20. In dry measure, if 8 quarts equal 1 peck, how many pecks are there in 136 quarts?
17.
Right, 20. Choice, if Charles the Sixth of Austria were looking for a lawyer to draw up the pragmatic sanction, would he want one whose specialty was? Max, you wish to attempt that?
No, we don't.
All right. Laws of succession would have been the right answer on that one. Whitman has 250 after their part of the round. Now it's your turn here, Crossland. Will you double the point value?
Yes.
All right, friends, school, select, please. Henry?
10.
10, very well. Doubling the point value is Crossland. A choice now. Cyrus McCormick's invention of the reaper made the farmer's usual performance with which of these implements unnecessary? The combine, wooden plow, or sickle? Right, 20. Carved from the Northwest Territory in 1803. What Midwestern state on Lake Erie includes land what's claimed by Connecticut as the Western Reserve? Its abbreviation sounds like an exclamation.
Ohio.
Right, 20. If a child liked the stories of Hans Christian Andersen, you might read him what tale about a little girl who was half fish and half human?
The Little Mermaid.
Right, 20 points. Your monitor question now, a choice. Here you see a painting entitled Christina
We
Olsen.
can't see. There it is.
Listen, Christina Olsen, done by what artist in his typical style of photographic precision in detail? Andy Warhol, Andy Wyeth, or Jackson Pollock?
Wyeth.
Wyeth is right, 20. Shakespeare's Richard III offered his kingdom for a horse. But what English monarch who executed Mary, Queen of Scots, said all my possessions...
Elizabeth I.
That's right, 20 points. Choice, a laser beam can extend thousands of miles without much dispersion, because unlike ordinary light, light produced by laser is coherent, focused, polarized.
Focused.
No, coherent would have been the answer. 20 points down. According to Robert Frost, good fences make what kind of people who also appear in the name of Franklin D. Roosevelt's Latin
Good
American
neighbors.
votes? Neighbors is right, 20. The micron is a unit of measurement equal to 1,000th of a millimeter. Using this information, how many microns are there in 1 centimeter?
Pass.
All right, 5 points down. No, 10 points down, I should say. 10 points down, that's right. First you double. Now, that past question, the light I see is friend school. Your answer? 10,000 right, that's good for 20 points for you. Here's the score at the end of the third round. Sidwell Friends School has 200 points. Walt Whitman, 250. Crossland, 180. Now we move along into the grab bag question period. This is a free-for-all round. The team which answers first, or puts that light on first, gets a chance at a 20-point question. I must say I will acknowledge the team whose light I see after I look up. Whether or not, I shouldn't say the one who goes on first, the one that I see when I look up. Must keep your thumbs down on the indicator so the light will stay on. Penalties for missing. Although his song and film relate to law and order, what young folk singer called as a witness at the trial of the Chicago 7, Whitman, saw the light?
Guthrie.
Guthrie is right. Good for 20 points. Sorry. All right, here we go. You lying that, judges, or not? No, because the time was up. They say the time was up. All right. Guthrie was the right answer. 20 points down. A slow but powerful baseball slugger hits a single. As soon as he gets on base, he is replaced by a more agile player. Crossland.
Pinch runner.
Pinch runner is right. 20 points. We usually associate sharp spines with a cactus, but in the title of a recent film with Goldie Hawn, what more Sidwell friends?
Cactus flower.
Flower is right for 20. A cube, of course, has 6 sides, but a pyramid whose base is a square has how many faces? Whitman.
5.
5 is right, 20. Blue is the adjective traditionally associated with the Danube River. But what adjective describes the Don River in the title of Russian
Quiet.
novelist?
Quiet.
The light I see up now is Sidwell Friend.
Quiet.
Quiet. That's good for 20 points. Choice. During World War I, England stopped Germany from getting the necessary nitrates for gunpowder. But by then, German scientists knew how to synthesize what nitrogen compound? I don't see any light now at all. All right, Crossland, your answer?
Nitrogen.
Time is up. Ammonia would have been the answer at 20 points down. The title of Dean Acheson's recent autobiography states that he was present at what, Sidwell friend?
The creation.
Creation is right for 20. Because what Texas cattleman refused to brand his cattle? His last name, also that, Whitman, louder?
Maverick.
Right, 20 points. If the present governor of Connecticut were running for re-election, he might ask the Manasseh Mauler to come and campaign for
Dempsey.
him. Whitman.
Dempsey.
Dempsey is right for 20. Unlike the devastating hurricane that demolished Gulfport, Mississippi last summer, what Dumas heroine with the same name? Camille is right, 420. One very lucky day, a baseball player hit 2 grand slam homers and 1 home run with the bases empty. How many RBIs did he earn, friend?
9.
Right, for 20. Choice now, the scientist who first reproduced mutations artificially by using X-rays was Mendel, Muller, or Metchnikoff. Friends?
Mueller.
All right, Mueller, right, good for 20. After his dissension-filled term in the White House. Not enough. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the game. The judges are going to check the score.
Where'd you get this?
And they'll check these scores. I'll announce the winner in just a minute. Here are our guests from Giant Food who will be presenting tonight's scholarship awards. First spot over there is Ralph Gibson. Thank you, Ralph, for being with us. He's the associate manager of the Westwood Shopping Center Supergiant, 5400 West Bard Avenue in Bethesda. Ralph will make his presentation to Whitman High School. And next is Bob Tanovich, manager of the Marlow Heights Shopping Center Giant Food Store, 4119 Branch Avenue, Marlow Heights, Maryland. Bob will have the honor of making his presentation to Crossland High. And next is Pauline Hoyle. We welcome the lady to the show. Bakery manager of the Western Avenue Giant Food Store, 9 Wisconsin Circle in Chevy Chase, Maryland. Pauline will have the honor of making her presentation to Sidwell Friends School. As you take your places, lady and gentlemen, I'll mention again that these Giant Food scholarships are granted for the purpose of helping worthy students continue their education. Giant Food doesn't select the individual recipients. It leaves that selection and the administration of scholarship funds to the high schools to be handled through their regular channels. Now, the judges have checked the scores, and here they are. Our team from Crossland High in Camp Springs, Maryland, a score of 180 points, and the Giant Food Scholarship for $100 being presented there by Bob Tanovich. Congratulations to you. And the judges did double-check these scores. There was a double-check on these, so Sidwell Friends School has a score of 300 points, and the Giant Food Scholarship of $100 being presented there by Pauline Hoyle. Congratulations to your Friends School. Now, here's our winning score in Bethesda, and just barely doing it, 310 points, Walt Whitman High, and the Giant Food Scholarship of $300 being presented there by Ralph Gibson. Our talented contestants have given us an exciting game, as they do every Saturday night around this time, so we appreciate very much their interest, their parents, their teachers. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a program. Our winning team, Whitman, will be back next week to defend its title in a playoff match. I'm Mac McGarry. Now, good night, everybody, for It's Academic. Come on up here and surround your favorite people.
Be with us again next Saturday evening for It's Academic, presented by Giant, the quality food people, and Top Value Stamps.